What's going on, everybody? This is the Fan Dude 21 back once again. And today I have for you a very interesting ceiling fan. This is a Plantation fan manufactured by the Island Fan Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. You can see the nameplate there and all of its information located on the switch housing cap. Back in the 1980s was a pretty popular era for the ceiling fans. They were reintroduced as more decorative pieces to help aid in air conditioning. Back in the 1920s and 30s and teens and what have you, they were more used for air movement. But in the 1980s, they came back with a more form over function. And there was a lot of companies that popped up to get a piece of the action, basically, for lack of a better term, in the ceiling fan market. Some companies were rather successful, and some companies weren't. And this is one of those companies that weren't really successful in the fan market. Now, these fans are normally seen up north. Finding one here in Cincinnati is pretty surprising for me, as this one was actually found at a local Habitat store by a buddy of mine. And he traded it to me for a few antiques. So, we're going to go ahead and focus more on the fan itself. This is a 2-speed fan, electrically reversible. Right there with that switch knob. The fan uses a Westinghouse motor. Now, as you can see, that the blades are reverse pitched, and they are very steeply pitched at that. As you can tell there, it'd probably be in about a 20-degree blade pitch. Now, the blade brackets themselves are about 22 degrees, but if you look at the flywheel, you see that the flywheel has a pitch which counterbalances the pitch on the brackets to lessen them a bit. Pretty interesting. Now, the most of the fans are made of plastic. The canopy, the motor housing, the flywheel, and the switch housing are all plastic. The brackets are metal. Downride's, of course, metal, and of course the motor and the brackets. Like I said, a very, very interesting and very uncommon fan. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and start it up on low. Pretty quiet fan overall, no vibrations or whatever. Bearings are still good on the motor. Now this fan, obviously, with the steep blade pitch, operates off of pitch and not speed. As you can see, the fan it's not going to spin very fast on high. Wobbles a little bit due to off-balance blades, but as you can see, it doesn't spin very fast. But it still moves a pretty good bit of air. Like I said, with that steep blade pitch. Excuse me. I'm going to turn it off here. And like I said, the reversing switch on the fan is actually a knob located on the other side of the switch housing. And reverse is about the same speeds as the forward, so I'm not going to worry about showing that. It's just the fan spinning in the opposite direction. But that's about it for this video. So I thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video on this rather obscure Plantation fan by the Island Fan Company. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.